multi-talented serial entrepreneur, Africa's most sought-after sales guru, the boss of sales superstars, internationally acclaimed best-selling author, a public speaker par excellence, life and finance strategist.
My name is Sam Harvard.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Watching me cross-platform from both YouTube and on Twitter Space. I'm live on video on YouTube, by the way, those of you who are connected via Twitter. I hope you're all doing fine, and I hope you're having a beautiful new week. Okay, something prompted me to do this, and although I intend to do this every day, to come live on YouTube and also maybe on Twitter and Instagram to just share a few things, excuse me, with the community and my friends. And it's my pleasure to start that today. All right, I'm still on a trip and I'm not home yet, and although it's been a pretty hectic one, I would say, but then it's worth it. So I want to say welcome to everybody who's joining. I see this name is Ensas. I see Orena. Orena, how are you? I see Sam Favor, Basit, Akintayo, and every other person that I'm not seeing. Those on YouTube, I salute you. Fatai, Faith, Felai, I said Fatai, oh my God. Steve, I see Mr. Sheo, the great man. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining. All right, so if you are not, your fingers are not too busy, you can please help share this, retweets if you're on Twitter, and help share this on YouTube as well to as many people as possible, be able to see what we are talking about. Okay, so something prompted me a moment ago, and that's why I decided to come live to share about the fact that you are special. So there's this, one of my favorite cartoons, the Kung Fu Panda. And the part one of the Kung Fu Panda, that's the, I don't think it has a subtitle, Kung Fu Panda. So there was a scene, a lot of scenes there that had very incredible lessons that I believe we can adopt for life. But there's a particular scene when everybody was running away from Tai Lung, and Po's father, that's the Dragon Warrior's father, was also packing. Everybody was running away and all of that, and Po was feeling devastated, like he had failed his destiny. He was supposed to defend the valley against Tai Lung, which was the bad guy, and now he's having to run away. So, and he was given the dragon scroll, which was supposed to give him enormous power to be able to defeat any enemy. Unfortunately, when he opened the scroll, there was nothing there. And his father, at that moment, when he was feeling like he was a total failure, his father now said the following things, which I consider one of the greatest lessons of my life, and its applications are limitless. And I want to share what he said and try to apply it to a couple of things as it worked for me, which might also work for you and might just change your perspective to a lot of things in life. So he said, there is one thing I've always wanted to tell you, son. Now, his father owned a restaurant, and his noodle restaurant was the best in town, probably the only one, but was the best in town. And there is this special soup that the dad has that is the highlight of the cuisine. Everybody wants to have a taste of that soup. Why? Because the man claimed the soup has a special ingredient. The soup had a special ingredient, and he will not share that ingredient with anybody, including his son, except the son has grown to a certain age and is ready to take over the restaurant, then the father will share that secret ingredient with the son. So the secret ingredients that make the soup very special is only something that will be shared when he's ready to take over. So the son believed that that soup, nobody can cook it except you know the secret ingredient, that even he does not know the secret ingredient. So, excuse me. At that instance when they were running away, the father looked at him and said, "Son, there is something I've always wanted to tell you." And he said, what's that? He said, "The secret ingredient of my secret ingredient soup." So immediately the face of the boy lit, and it was like, yes. He said, "The secret," he was whispering now. He said, "The secret ingredient of my secret ingredient soup, the secret ingredient is nothing." I was like, huh? He said, "Yes, it's nothing." Then he said the line that for me is probably the greatest line ever. And the line was, "To make something special," I tweeted that a moment ago. So to make something special, you just have to believe it is special. To make something special, you just have to believe it is special. So I said, nothing in itself is special. The only special thing on this reality, in this life, are things we believe are special. Think about a superstar in a moment. Any superstar, maybe in entertainment, in sports, or politics, whatever. Any superstar right now, just think about one. Except that person was born as that global superstar, the person had some period in his or her life where he or she was a nobody. Nobody knew them. Everybody trashed on them. Nobody cared about who they were. People rejected them. People said no to them. People did all kinds of things to them. But after a couple of activities happened, everybody now believed that that particular same human being, nothing has changed. It has the same head, the same eyes, the same nose, the same, every part of the body is still the same thing. All right? Everybody now believe that that same non-entity, that same person that people trashed on, that the girl said no to, that the guy said no to, that same person is now the superstar. That people will cry, will pay money, will lay on the floor for him to pass or for her to pass. In the mind and the consciousness and the memory hard drive of that individual star, they remember the time that they were nothing. And they saw all the things that happened, and all of a sudden they woke up and their lives was no longer theirs because now they are public property. Everybody in the world knows their name, knows their faces, and they can't move freely anymore. Everything about their lives is now different and unique. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing is special. That girl you're trying to kill yourself on is not special. That guy you're about to kill yourself over is not special. Everyone that is special is only special because you believed they are. Everything in this life is not special. The things that a lot of people kill themselves over, money, is not special. As a matter of fact, the paper money, all right, is nothing, doesn't exist, it's useless. That paper is very useless in itself. The only value that any paper money, US dollar, I'm not having any cash around me here. I think I have a bag here, there might be some cash in here. Please let there be cash. Okay, yeah, I found cash. So I have one here. All right, this paper money in my hand, sorry on Twitter, you can't see this. This paper money in my hand is just paper. It's so useless because it's painted. I can't even write with it. I can't wipe my behind with it. I can't do nothing with this. It's useless. I can't eat it. I can't use it as book. There's nothing useful with this. The only reason I will not allow you just take this off my table or off my bag, the only reason I will carry this and hold it and all of that is because I believe it is special. I believe it has value. So the only value it has is that one of faith. And that is why today is Sunday, so permit me to preach a little bit. And that is why faith is the greatest force of creation. Because the reason your pastor and my pastor have taught us that we need to believe for things to become a reality simply tells us that the way the world system works, the only reality is the one created out of faith, the one created and coined out of belief. And the major antagonist, all right, to believing, all right, is knowledge. Let me repeat that. The greatest and the biggest antagonist or enemy of belief is knowledge. The more you know about something, especially if that knowledge is wrong or incomplete, and most knowledge, no matter who is sharing it, is at best incomplete. Not all, but most. When I say most, probably 99% of what you call knowledge are incomplete. Why? Because every knowledge, or most knowledge, let me not use every, most things that we call knowledge are based on a context. Do you get me? Most knowledge are true only to a certain degree of context. If you take the same information that is true in location A and you take it to location B, it may no longer be true. All right, if you take something that is true, all right, in location A and take it to location B, it may no longer be true. Why? Because the context by location and every other element in the location has changed. All right, so what you call knowledge, or the things you know, all right, or the information that you have or that you are given, in most cases, is all about. So is the fight, it is what fights against faith. It's what fights against belief. Now, let me give you a very interesting story I heard some years ago that I believe is very graphic. There were two boys playing in an icy land. All right, so it was a frozen lake, and they were playing and skating on it because they live in an icy island. So they were playing and skating, and the younger boy, who was about 4, 5 years old, unfortunately played around a very thin ice, and the ice broke, and he fell down inside the stuff. And the older brother was about 7 to 9 years old, did not know what to do, and he tried to break the ice. He could not break the ice, all right? His brother was dying inside. And there was a branch, a tree very close by. And this boy went to the tree, broke down a branch, and hit it against the ice, and the ice broke, and he was able to go inside and pull his brother out. And a few seconds or minutes later, the paramedics and what have you, adults came and all of that. And then they did not understand what happened until they checked the branch that this little boy of about 9 had used in rescuing his younger brother. When they checked it, it was a massive branch of tree that even an adult that has built and whatever cannot pull off. This little boy of 9 years old did it and saved his brother. And then they were asking the expert, how did he do it? And the person said, because nobody was there to tell him, he could not. Oh my God, I hope you got what I just said. How did he do what was physically impossible? It was because there was nobody there that could have told him that he could not do it. So because he lacked the knowledge that he could not do it, the faith to do it was available. Oh God. Because he lacked the knowledge that he could not do it, the faith to do it was available. So most of the times, the things you know that have been told to you by history, by your environment, by people you listen to, by movies, by media, has shaped your perception of life, which now forms the foundation of the things you believe. So what is special to you is born out of what you were able to believe. You were able to believe to the degree of the information and knowledge that you have access to. So your kind of belief and the things you are able to believe in is a function of what you know. Do you get it? So what you know today, what life has taught you today, what your environment has shared with you today, what you have believed about yourself today has become your reality. So that reality is what forms what is special to you. It's what forms what you are able to believe, which now becomes your life's reality. So knowledge is the number one enemy of faith. All right? Because, and again, depends on the kind of knowledge, because you also have faith. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Both negative and positive. You have faith about something based on the knowledge of it you have. So when I'm sharing information with you right now, it gets to your brain, you interpret and agree with the information, it becomes knowledge to you. Then that knowledge, if you believe it, now forms the faith to create an experience, to create a reality for you. So nothing on this earth is special, except the ones we believe is special. So nothing is special. There is no special lady, there's no special man. All right? Every man you think is special today, every lady you think is special today, are only special because you believe they are special. Just because you believe they are special. So it is about what you bestow on people that forms their reality. And that is why our world, the one we live in currently, function based on perception. If you allow people to formulate their own perception and it is not shaped like the media and the government is doing, there's going to be chaos everywhere. So it has to be controlled, it has to be shaped to the benefit of some people and to the detriment of a lot of people. All right, but a few people who break themselves loose from this, what they call matrix, are able to think for themselves and understand how life is supposed to be for them. I was thinking that if money, I think I heard this guy, Kanye West, was saying something about this, and it's been a thought in my head since I was a lot younger as well, that if money is the problem of everybody, because everybody is trying to make more money and all of that, why don't government just print more money and share for everybody? Why don't they just print more money and give to everybody? Maybe money will solve all our problems. All of us are looking for money, and they just print and give everybody 1 billion, 2 billion, just give everybody as many amount of money as they need. Will that solve our problem? No. Why won't it solve it? Because society is not built like that. Society only thrives with inequality. The value of light is the presence of darkness. If you know this, your life is going to be the easiest. This thing I just said right now, the value of light is the presence of darkness. Light has no value if there are no darkness. All right? A car. How many of you would like to buy a car? Blink at me if you're on Twitter if you would like to buy a car this year. Maybe a new car, a dream car, some amazing car. Just type the name of the car you want if you're on YouTube. If you want to buy a car, you want a new car, a great car, or whatever, and all of that. Now, 99% of you who want a car, or whatever kind of car you want right now, 99% of you, all right, do not want that car, especially the type of car you are thinking about that you are typing for me right now, all right? 99% of you do not want that car because you need something to genuinely take you from point A to point B. The reason you want that car is because of the brand and perception that owning that car and driving it is going to bestow on you. How everyone is going to begin to see you. All right? That is the reason you want the car. How everyone is going to begin to see you. All right? If you cannot oppress people, well, let's not use the word oppress because a lot of you don't think of it that way. But in reality, that is the motivation. That's the driving force. Let them see the type of car I'm driving. Let them see the machine. All right? If nobody, see, none of you will want a car if every human being has a car. If every human being has a car, none of you will want a car. It will be useless to you. And there's going to be chaos because nobody will be able to move. So your car, you're owning a car, all right, is only interesting because there are millions of people who don't have. There are millions of people who are going to look at you and say, hey, one day I will have a car like this. When you pull off and you put that loud music and you rev the car. I used to have one car that has a turbo engine and used to make all this Ferrari sound. And I used to oppress them in my area. Every time I would just rev it unnecessarily just to make noise. To catch everybody's attention. They were like, whoa, who is that guy? All right? And when I do that and everybody looks at me and I see that, whoa, so I feel good. All right? Yes, we can. Go ahead. All right? I feel good, like, oh, God. So I figured out that the real benefit, all right, of owning, for example, in this context, a car, is because a lot of people do not have a car. If everybody else have a car, it will be useless. All right? So the same thing. So imagine almost every human being has a mobile phone. All right? So it's no longer about the mobile phone. It's now about the type of mobile phone. A lot of people have an iPhone. So it's no longer about having an iPhone. It's about what year of iPhone do you have. So is it 14, 15, 12, 13, 12? What type of iPhone do you have? So you feel better about your iPhone because a lot of people do not have that kind of iPhone. The same thing, gold is valuable because a lot of people do not have it. Diamond is valuable because a lot of people do not have it. So what does it mean? In this life, anything of value is only valuable because it is not accessible by everybody. So inequality, all right, is what our society thrives on. So it will be useless if everybody is a billionaire. It will make no meaning. So the only reason you are even striving to make millions and billions this year is because at the end of this 2023, billions of people are still going to be broke and poor because that's the only thing that will give value to the billions you made. Your billions will have no meaning. It will have no value if everybody else have it. I don't know if you agree with what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. But that really is how our world functions. So nothing is special. The only thing that is special are the things you believe are special. So the custodian of the society who are now frontlined by the government system in every countries and community, all right, Their job is to maintain not equality, but inequality. I think they call it equilibrium. All right? So equilibrium is how to make one side to balance to the other side, even though they are not equal. So let there be balance. Let people accept that they are poor and they will always be poor. And let a few believe that, oh, I'm okay, I'm getting something. At least I'm better than my neighbor. And let some people, I rule them all. We rule them all. We own them all. So these people who own them all are less than 1%. Less than 1%. All right, about 10% or so are I'm better than my neighbor, the oppressed. You know, there are different categories of I'm better than my neighbor, all right? So everyone's happiness is tied to the fact that what they have, what is plus to them, is oppressive to another. The fact that another do not have it, they feel good. This earpiece is looking good in my hair because a lot of you watching me do not have this exact one. Or some of you do not even have. All right. People put value on their spouses because of what they believe outsiders will think and say when they see the spouse. Do you understand? So a guy feels good about his lady because other guys and everybody else will be like, wow, fine girl. Wow, this guy's enjoying. So that feedback that, oh, you are with a beautiful person makes you feel good about the person. All right? So there are a lot of guys who date a lady so they can flaunt the lady. Almost all celebrities do this because their life is based on people's perception. Think about almost any celebrity right now. Let's not say all of them, but almost all of them. Their life is built on perception and belief. They are of zero substance. Some of them may be very little substance, but most of them are of zero substance. The only thing that is real about them are the perception that people have invested in them. Most of them can't do basic things. Remove the fame and the perception of people, they are going to be way below you in hard work, way below you in creativity, way below you in so many things. The biggest Afro music, or the Afrobeat musician today, whoever it is, or the top three biggest, so that I will not cause fights. The top three biggest are not the best composers, they are not the best voices, they are not the best performers, even in Afro music. It's just that they are the ones that the system and the society has unpicked by a lot of criteria that we can't get into right now. Some of them are shady and dark and what have you. All right, but they are the ones that are now accepted by the majority's perception and belief that they are special. So even when you are putting them back to back with somebody that is probably 10 times more gifted in the core essence and substance of music, your mind will dismiss that person because your belief and perception is towards the one that is popular, that everybody believes is the greatest. There are so many things I can say around this. Our money is an object of belief, object of faith. The cash we spend, the houses we live, the cars we drive, everything about this reality is an object of faith. They are only as special, they are only as valuable as the belief. So if you do not believe that they are valuable, they are not. So let me take it home now to make the point that I want to make. See, everything in your life can be special. One most important thing is you are special. I want you to type for me, I am special. I want you to put it on your status. If you are on WhatsApp, put it on your WhatsApp status, I am special. If you are on Instagram, there's this thing they just put on Instagram. If you can do that, type it there, I am special. If you can tweet it, tweet I am special. All right, and where else would you put it? Everywhere. Just say that about yourself and let it be something you're going to say every day. I am special. Keep saying it until you start to believe it. There are a lot of things you do today that are a direct proof that you do not value yourself as much. All right, because there are things that are not befitting to a king. There are things that are not befitting to a queen. But you do them all the same because, dude, you do not believe anything is special about you. So I want you to know that you are special. I want you to know that your life is different. I want you to know that your life is great. I want you to know that everything in this universe exists within you. Now let me blow your mind a little bit. I have a degree in physics, so I understood a little bit about electronics and quantum physics. That was my major in physics. And the entire universe, all right, is made up of information and energy, all right? The entire universe is made up of information and energy, all right? Now, this energy and information are the same everywhere. And they are either measured in bytes, terabytes, whatever bytes and what have you. And they are all embedded in a code, more or less like a computer programming zeros and ones, in what you call the deoxyribonucleic acid, your DNA. All right, your DNA is like a hard drive, okay, that contains data and information. And these data are all the information and configuration that has ever happened since the existence of the universe. So let me give you an example. Everything that I have said so far in the last 31 minutes are not destroyable. All right, they are information that are being stored generally. All the words that have ever been spoken since human beings were created, all right, or since human beings started to dwell on this planet, were all saved somewhere. They are never lost, all right? Now, everything about me, how I appear to be what I am right now, this is flesh, yeah, human flesh and all of that. This is matter. Now, this matter is broken down to atom, proton, neutron, electrons, and some other subatomic particles, all right, which came together to form me. Keep that in mind. This is also a matter. It's also broken down to proton, neutron, and electron, and other subatomic particles. So my headphone, this bottled water, my phone, my physical body, your physical body, all of us came out to be who we are in the matter level based on the configuration of our subatomic particles. All right. So all of this information and energy system and levels and all of these configurations will give birth to the final product that we are. So now what does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? In your DNA and my DNA, it contains information and energy that is at the same level with everything that has ever existed in the entire universe. Which means inside my code are things that can never be unraveled because they are too deep, too vast, that there is no time, there is no such technology. What I'm capable of as a human being contains the code for everything, all the discovery ever made, all the truth that can ever be, not just even ever made, that can ever be, are all embedded in a code. The flash drive or hard drive of my DNA and your DNA contains all this information. Tell somebody, I am special. You are very special. Everything that can ever be created, that can ever be done. A way you'll be able to understand this is through the principle of the multiverse. All right, I believe the multiverse exists. I believe there are vast realities that are beyond the access that our normal brain can carry right now, because your brain starts to hurt when you start to look into some kind of numbers. Your brain will start to hurt because it's currently bigger than the expansion of the capacity of your brain at that point. All right, so I believe in the existence of multiverse, which means the reality that we currently have right now, all right, that are uncountable, unnumberable other realities where you also exist in. And the theory that I came up with a couple of years ago, and you don't have to believe me on this one, all right, is that every thought in our mind is a reality in another multiverse. Did you hear me? Every thought in your mind is only possible. That is why it came as a thought. Right. Somebody is lost. Whatever you just think about right now came as a thought because it is possible. The difference is that not in your current reality. It is possible in another universe, another multiverse, yeah. It is possible there. So if you think that I am the president of America right now. Thank you. All right, if I think right now that I'm the president of America, that is a reality. It is possible. See, every lie you have ever told came because you thought about the lie and then you lied the lie. Some of you are so good that while you are still thinking it, you are lying it with your mouth. You are thinking and lying it at the same, it's coming in ceaseless sakadu. As you are thinking it, you are saying it, all right? So the lie is coming as you are thinking it. Every lie started with a thought. You have to think it before you can say it, because you can lie it. Now I'm telling you that every thought is true. It's a reality. If you say you have billions now, it's a reality. Might not just be in your own current reality, your own current multiverse. All right? But in another existence that is most likely happening simultaneously, that lie you just told was the truth. How many of you have dreamt that you were rich and it felt real to you in that dream? That is your mind showing you a mental video, because mental video comes with emotions of what is a reality in another multiverse. You had a glimpse of it in your dream and you felt like it. Some of you fell down and it felt real. You were afraid and then you woke up. Some of you were, I used to dream this one that I'm like Jet Li or Jackie Chan. I could fight martial arts. I was just kicking people's ass in my dream. I was enjoying it. They were shooting. I was dodging the bullets. I used to enjoy it. So I'm probably some special forces in some reality, and I'm probably, the baddest fighter somewhere. They are all possibilities. That's how I used to think, though. That's my theory. Maybe it's real in some other whatever stuff, but that's what my training taught me in quantum physics. So it's very possible, everything you think about. That's why they say, anything you can think, you can achieve. Anything, if you say to this mountain, it's because they are all possibilities in a different multiverse. So the only challenge is to pull some things that we think about, some things that we desire, to become a reality in our own reality, in our own universe. All right, but the code that makes it possible for all of this is embedded inside you. So you are very special. So that is my message for you today. I want you to say this to yourself every day. Put it somewhere. Nothing indeed is special except the things that we believe is special. So to make anything special, you just have to believe it's special. So if you are married, every day, get a picture of, you can look at them directly, your spouse, and tell them you are special. Excuse me, let it ring in your mind that she's special, she's the best, he's special, he is the best. All of a sudden, the spark of love that makes you do things unconditionally for them because you love them is going to come back. Because that other guy that you're already eyeing, or that other lady that you are thinking something, they are all not special. Everyone is special. I don't know, there are guys here who have crush, like celebrity probably. somebody that the media showed you. So the media is shaping your belief that that lady is special. There's something different about her own breasts. There's something, nah, it's useless. There's nothing there. There's nothing. And you know. You know. But because your belief system has been damaged, all right, based on, remember, knowledge, the knowledge you gather by the information that you have been feeding yourself with has created that particular reality. All right, so you now believe those things are special, but really they are not. So you are special. Your children are special. Your spouses are special. Everything about your life is special. I want you to tell yourself that every day. Tweet it now. Put it on your status. Put it everywhere. I am special. Oh my God. Love up on yourself. Fall in love with yourself. You are special. It doesn't matter what you don't have. See, in another reality, you're a billionaire. Would believe with me that you are the richest man in the world in an alternate reality? Yes. All we are trying to do, telling you to join Ziba, do all of this, so that we can make it a reality in this particular existence that you have, this particular reality you have, want to bring it into this reality. That's all the work we're trying to do. All right? So, life, indeed, you need to understand the dynamics of life. I hope I'm going to have more time to, expand on some of these things so that you start to understand how this life is. And there are some things that would make you feel, it's not worth it. But you still have to keep running the race. You have to keep pushing it and make things happen for yourself and build an amazing existence for you. Is going to be great. So don't worry about what you lack in this reality. You have it in another reality and you can bring it to pass in this reality as well. It's possible. All right? All right. So I want you to go into this week with this mindset that because they have not told you you can't do it, you can do it. There is no secret ingredients, ladies and gentlemen. To make anything special, you just have to believe it is special. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful